Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I've received a couple of requests to share with you my fountain pen collection. It is very simple. And yeah, so I'll just get right into it, and then I thought, because this is not really much, like, it's not really exciting, I thought I would share with you how I store my ink samples and just a couple of inks that I have. And yeah, so I thought I would review that with you here. And then in this booklet, or this notebook, I just have a couple of booklets that I keep track of my inks and things. So maybe I will timestamp, if I remember to, I will timestamp everything down below. So let's start off with, well, I guess these two, because they're not opened yet. I featured, or I explained about these in a previous video. I was at an Aeon mall, and there's Aeon malls throughout Japan, and I found a little bookstore within the Aeon mall, and they were having a sale. A lot of bookstores here in Japan have a small stationery section. So I found these pens there at the bookstore. Extremely excited because the price tag, the price tag was 1,000 yen, which is like $10, and so $10 for this pen here, as well as the Pereira. I am very disappointed with myself because one of my first fountain pens was the Pilot Pereira. Esther Molina is the she's one of the big influences when it comes to fountain pens. She's the one that kind of started me on this journey, I guess, but this was several years ago, and then I didn't really get into it again until recently. But yeah, one of my first pens was the Pereira, and I don't know what's wrong, because I've lost it, and I don't usually lose track of my items, so I'm very disappointed with myself. But at least I have this one here, and I am excited because it is an M. I think the one that I had was a fine, and a lot of these are fines. So yeah, I'm really excited with the broader nibs. I find that I can see a lot more of the ink characteristics. I know that the nibs, the Japanese fountain pen nibs, are kind of lean more on the thinner side. So maybe the Japanese M nib might be equivalent to a Western F. I don't know. I'm still very new to the fountain pen world, but yeah, so I'll start off with those two. And then I was going to discuss this pen case I purchased, or I didn't purchase it, I actually donated to a company, and then this was like a gift, I guess. And I'm just kind of noticing it now that it's patinaed a little bit, and I can see a little bit of a line there. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I really like the structure of it. It's all leather, but it's really nice, and I feel like, yeah, it's a nice case. It holds enough pens in here. These are not fountain pens. These are just regular. This is the Superior Labor Brass pen. This is just a brush pen that I really like to use for quotes and things in my hobonichi. These three are fountain pens, so I'll take them out. Then I was going to separate it. These are the ones that I have received as gifts or I've purchased myself. These ones were from the stationery selection boxes, like the previous boxes. I think the most recent one is probably this one. This is the Fonte pen. I kept this pink cartridge in there because I totally ran out of it, and I'm thinking of maybe refilling it with a different ink, or I might just grab one of the cartridges that were included in the box as well. But the neat thing about this company is that you can actually purchase just the cap. So if you want to choose like a different cap color, they sell them separately. So there's the Fonte one. I use this one often. This is the Sailor Calligraphy 1.5. I use this often for quotes and things, and yeah, I really like this one. This one is the Platinum Plaisir. I don't know, I feel like it always like unscrews a bit, and because especially in the winter time my hands are so dry, I find that it's very slippery. And now it's okay because the weather is getting a little bit warmer and my hands aren't like so dry. But in the winter time I felt difficulty with this. I felt like it was too smooth and too slippery for me. And then I think this got loose a little bit. There was a time where it would pop off every time I took the cap off. This nib would kind of float up a bit, and then I would have to kind of reset it. It doesn't happen anymore. I kind of jiggled it around, but so there's the Platinum Plaisir. This one is a simple Platinum Preppy. I think this was last year's box in January, I want to say, or maybe it was this one was last year's January box. This is the Pilot Kakuno. I really like the Pilot Kakuno. It's so simple, but I feel like it really matches my hand really nicely. Like I feel like it's really comfortable for me. I know that Lamy is very popular as well, but for some reason it doesn't really match my grip. But for myself, the Kakuno, I don't know, it just feels really comfortable for me. And so I really like the Kakuno. This is in the fine, and you can see how it has like a smiley face there. It's really cute, and they have different colors and things. But yes, I really like the Pilot Kakuno. Very simple. So before I forget, the Platinum Preppy. I was so surprised to grab this pen several months, I even want to say more than half a year without using it. And then I uncapped it and I'm like, oh, it's definitely going to be dry. But it totally wrote. I was so surprised. Very shocked and happy to see that. I think I'm pretty much out of ink there. But somebody showed me a hack with like a lovely subscriber showed me a hack with the Platinum Preppy and the Platinum Desk Pen, so I'm very excited to try that out. So she basically took this part out of the desk pen because it's quite long, and then she just interchanged it, and then it looks really neat how they're both mixed together. So maybe I'll show that in a video in the future. But yeah, very surprised, happily surprised that it still wrote after all, even like over half a year, it still wrote. And maybe it's the humidity in the Tokyo weather. I don't know. I'm not sure if this would be the same if I were back home in Canada. But so these are the pens that were in previous stationery selection boxes. And then these ones here were gifted to me, or I purchased. These ones I purchased on my own. This is not inked or anything. I just use the nib to swatch. This is a pen that I got from Flying Tiger, and it came in a set with maybe 4 other nibs, 3 or 4 other nibs. I just took the biggest one and I use it just for ink swatching and things. But yeah, I don't have it. I think it came with cartridges too. But yeah, I don't have it, or maybe I did use it, I'm not sure. It looks like I did. I don't have it inked up or anything. I just kind of use it for swatching. And then these ones, this is probably one of the first ones that I purchased, the Koeko, and I had a lot of problems with this. Every time I used it, it was difficult to, like, it would skip, and I was not a fan at all of the Koeko Sport. And then somebody mentioned it's popular for baby's bottom, and I didn't really understand what that meant. Of course, they were very helpful and tried to explain it to me, but I didn't feel comfortable fiddling around with the nib. So I left it off to the side, and then I don't know, I decided to pick it up again. I inked it up a couple times. I used the Goulet pens flush, and then after that it's fine. I'm really enjoying it. I like the small size of it. I'm actually enjoying this standard green, which I wasn't fond of, like the actual color. I don't find that the ink color represents this very well, like the plastic nib, plastic top up here. I don't find that it's matching, but yeah, I'm liking the ink cartridge. I like that it's small. It's kind of light, which is okay. But yeah, I like the fact that it's like a pocket size, so I can kind of close it up. It's really great for on the go. So I'm excited to try out the pink one. I hope I don't have the same issue with like the baby's bottom, or maybe hard startups or anything. Maybe I'll flush it. I've read somewhere recently that it's good to flush it out first, like flush out brand new pens, because I think they do quality testing on some of them, and so it's good to flush them out first before starting them up. But I'm excited to use the pink one for maybe summertime. So there's that one. These two are gifts. This one is my first ever TWSBI, my first and only TWSBI that I have right now, and it's really, really nice. This is the Diamond 580, and my sweet friend Wima, I will leave her Instagram down below. She was so kind enough and gifted this for my Christmas / birthday several years ago, and I really like the fact that there's a lot of ink. I'm not a huge writer, so this will last me a very, very, very long time, but I don't fill it up all the way. The only thing is that sometimes I do find that it's quite heavy and I get tired. I definitely, for the most part, I don't usually post, meaning I don't cap my pen cover on top, like I don't post my pens, but still I find that sometimes when I'm writing a lot, I find that it starts to get heavy, but it's a really, really, it feels luxurious to me, and I really, really like this pen very, very much. So there's the TWSBI Diamond 580. And then this one was a gift from my husband several years ago. I think it's called the Parker Jotter. That's all I can remember. I'm pretty much finished with ink here. I like the simplicity of it. It's nice and light, very, very light compared to the TWSBI. But yeah, I don't usually, I think on my wish list in the future, I want to try the Pilot Vanishing Point, like the clicker one, because sometimes I do get annoyed that the cap is kind of rolling around or kind of in the way, and I guess I could just kind of easily do that, but then I feel like it gets tiring. So sometimes I find that it's kind of in the way, but yeah, I find that this is a really simple pen. And then this one is is this my most recent purchase? I purchased this used in December for my birthday / I guess Christmas. I guess you can say this is my most expensive pen so far. Yeah, and it was around $40. I don't really know the model name. I think it's just called a Simple Platinum 18K Pocket Pen, I want to say. So this is my first ever gold nib. I decided to go for like the middle, I think this is the middle nib, M nib. I think that's the kanji for that. Hopefully you can see that there. The only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit is that I can't see where the ink is. Like I don't know. Well, I guess I should I should kind of examine the cartridge first to see how long it is. But so I can't tell if the ink is down here, if there's a lot left, or but yeah, that's the only thing. Like I said, I do enjoy the fact that it's a small pocket pen. It's very, very simple and light, and I guess it's okay for me because my hands are quite small. Like I can't imagine if you post it, it's a nice size for just regular writing, but I can't imagine somebody with bigger hands being able to use this. It probably won't be very comfortable to use, but I like the fact that it's like a pocket pen, just like the Koweiko is here. Okay, so enough about pens. Let's go quickly into inks. So I'm just going to quickly review. I purchased these boxes from IKEA, and yeah, I just kind of store the inks and samples. I think I might have one bottle downstairs in the storage, but yes, I like to kind of keep the ink samples in here. And then I don't know why I have this set of pencil crayons. But. So here are the ink samples and things I'm having. Well, I guess I could put this in here somewhere if I kind of organize it properly. But yeah, the ink samples are kind of split into two. I've decided to start marking down which cartridge belongs to which company. So this is platinum. I don't remember at all which these two belong to. If you kind of know right off the bat by looking at them, please let me know, because I really want to, yeah, all I see is that it says Japan on it. But yes, I don't remember where these ones are from. So I need to maybe put some washi tape, or here I just wrote it with a marker. There is the tip of the syringe. It's just a blunt tip so that it's not like a real needle. But I just kind of keep the empties in here. I know I probably should wash this one a little bit better, eh? There's quite a bit of ink residue there. And then just the couple of needles there. I am not a huge fan of this Noodler's ink. Maybe I need to try it in a different pen. But I find that the Noodler's ink really smudges a lot in my Hobonichi books. So I don't know if it's the ink or if it's the pen, but maybe I'll need to switch things up. I won't be going through all of these. I will leave the link down below to the, what's this called? I don't remember the exact name of the video, but I shared with you my ink swatch book here. I just kind of keep it in this mini 5 binder so that I can organize them according to color. And then this paper is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the bank paper from Yamamoto. The Yamamoto Paper Company has the ring mini 5 ring inserts. So I ordered the one with the the bank paper. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry, so my words are all over the place. But yes, so I have the ink swatches in here. Some of these are from Esther. Like when she first introduced me to fountain pens, she gave me these like shoyu soy sauce bottles with the fountain pen inks in them. I think that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. I need to go to the Hyakuen shop to see if I can get more of these so that I can share these ink samples with my friends. And then the Sailor, I really enjoy these cartridges. I decided to buy cartridges first before actually buying the bottle, because I really, as you can see here, I don't have any more space, and I really want to contain everything in here. This one I have to kind of rejig things around, and I'm sure this will fit. But once I finish these, and if I really am fond of one of these colors, I'll probably purchase a bottle. Lately I'm really enjoying the J Airband inks a lot, especially this blue one, Blue Nui. I never thought myself to be a blue ink person, but it's strange. I guess certain phases in life or certain things in life, lately I've been really enjoying the blue inks. It really relaxes me, and it's the whole process in the evening time when I'm kind of writing in my 5-year Hobonichi. I kind of gravitate towards the blue inks. Alright, so lastly here I want to discuss the paper and notebook or notebooks that I am planning to use for specifically just kind of fountain pen and playing around with inks. Not so much like journaling, but so here is, I always forget to mention, this is the Chic Sparrow Lewis and Clark line in the Bennett leather. I used to include pens and things in the back here. It's a very big gusseted pocket, but there's nothing in here. I know for myself, I like to see videos where they showcase the Traveler's Notebook used, and you know, it's always helpful to see how a leather kind of looks after using it for a while, and maybe I'll do like a separate thing for that. But anyways, this is just a quick overview at the cover. So in here I have a couple of notebooks. specifically for, like I said, just kind of fountain pen, playing around with fountain pens. The first one is the Cosmo Note Cosmo Air Light from Yamamoto paper, and this is like the thicker paper, like the thicker, it's 83 GSM. It does come with a shitajiki, or like a writing guide, and it has a grid on one side and line on the other. And it's, I don't really, sometimes I journal, and then, but for the most part, sometimes I just kind of want to play with the inks, and so I'll take the glass pen and I'll just kind of copy some packaging, or nothing really interesting. You can see there. I will try my best to take some close-up shots so you can see how the ink looks on this page, on this paper. I find that the Cosmo Airlight really pops the ink, especially this Diamine Polar Glow. It has so many interesting, like the shading and the sheening is very, very interesting. It looks blue, but then in some angles it looks kind of red, and it's very, very interesting. I don't know if I would, I purchased a sample, but I don't know if I would actually purchase like an actual bottle. So I do enjoy purchasing the samples and just kind of playing around with the different inks, and the glass pen makes it look a little bit different compared to different nibs and different pens and things, and that's just kind of like the whole fun part for me right now. Like I said, I'll try and take a photo or like a close-up of this, because you can definitely see the different characteristics of the ink, and I think it's so neat. This is the Flying Tiger nib that I was mentioning earlier. But yeah, so I just kind of play around with it, and then so I decided to use this notebook for my currently inked, because the ink pops out so nicely on this paper. So I wanted a notebook where I could keep track of the currently inked pens. So I started one here March 8th and just kind of did that, and then I decided to tab them so that I can still journal or write quotes and things in between, but yeah, these are the Midori, where are they? Let me show you. Those are the small little house tabs here, right there. But because they're a paper, I know that they will kind of eat at the edge there. So I have taken out this one here. This is part of the Travelers Company sticker packs that they come out annually, and I have several of these lying around. I've already used this brown set, so I might go or I might use this more for like a smaller notebook, because this is an A5. I might use this green set here, so I have this just in case. And so for April so far, I changed out one Sailor Yozakura in the Platinum Plaisir, and yesterday actually I decided to put in the pen to note number 6, this one, Sorayu no Iro, and I put it in here even though there was still some blue left. So yeah, I know that question about mixing inks is probably not very handy, but it was running low on ink and I still wanted to write more, so instead of cleaning it out, I decided to just insert some of this ink in there. And then on the back here is just a Tomoe River notebook. I really want a notebook where I have swatches of everything. So swatches of pencil crayons and maybe markers and pens and maybe fountain pen inks. I decided on this one because I feel like this is like white, nice white paper, whereas this one, it's slightly different. I don't know if you can kind of tell. I feel like it's still white, but I just find that there's like this slight little creaminess to it. So I took this Tomoe River A5 paper, and hopefully I will one of these days kind of sit down while maybe watching a movie or something and just get all my pencil crayons and markers and pens out, maybe even with fountain pens, and just kind of scribble. So that's it for this video. I think for my next fountain pen purchase, I'm curious with the vanishing point. I want one where I want to use a fountain pen on a daily basis, but like for example, if I have the TWSBI here, it's really nice because it has a lot of ink, but then I have to, I know I'm really lazy, but I have to unscrew it and then start writing. Whereas with the, like a clicker type, you just kind of take it out of your pen loop and click, and then you can write right away. And perhaps that's extremely lazy of me to think that, but so I'm really curious about the Pilot Vanishing Point, or I think the slightly less expensive version is the Decimo. So if you have the Decimo, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's worth it? I'm worried about the grip. Like I said, I feel like my grip is kind of different, and it might bother me with that clip there. But yeah, I'm just curious to know. I think one of the websites here in Japan has like sometimes they have used pens. This is where I purchased that one. This is a used one. And so I think I might go that route and purchase a used Decimo when it pops up and see how that works. The interesting thing, I'll leave the website down below, and I will leave the website, sorry, I know that Inky Rocks has also done a video about this web shop as well, so I will leave that down below. But I appreciate their videos that they film using the used pen, because I'm really afraid to buy a used pen and then it not working. But this web store or this online shop actually has the person writing it and using it, and you can see that it actually does write. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's what I will do. I will keep an eye out on a used Decimo, and that will be kind of on my wish list. But that's it for now. I know this is like a really long video. I appreciate all of your comments and really helpful insights and recommendations on fountain pens. If you have any other recommended channels or videos, please let me know. Inky Rocks is a huge one. I've learned so much from her. Robin Talks from the Heart also has like a beginner's fountain pen video, or she has several actually. And then I think it was Robin that introduced me, or Robin and another viewer helped me find this other channel, or mentioned this channel, Wasky Squirrel, and he's very interesting. He's very interesting to listen to, and same with Writerly Witcherings. I find him very interesting as well. I just really like listening to them talk about fountain pens and inks. Writerly Witterings, oh gosh, I'm totally butchering that. I like his videos because he reviews different inks, and he will kind of share his thoughts on different inks, and he uses the inks on different types of notebooks, because I feel like similar to here, the notebooks have different color paper, and they're different GSM, they're just different, right? So I appreciate the time that he takes. He reviews the inks on different papers and things. So yeah, if you have any other recommended fountain pen channels or videos, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.